All right then. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care and hope that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were all nestled all snug in their beds while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Something very noisy out there. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. We had like a full moon out there this morning. Were you up at 4 o'clock looking at the moon? You weren't. Believe me, there was a full moon out there. When what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. How can it be a small sleigh and carry all these toys? I don't know. With the little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, the courses they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. And there they go, they're all flying. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my bed and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. Sneaking around. He's down the chimney, into the room where the Christmas tree is. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. Handsome? Are you listening? The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth. He smoked. And the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He doesn't smoke anymore. This is an old story. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He still has that belly like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and he laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. That's the trick. You gotta do this, up the chimney.
How does it get out the chimney?
He goes up so fast that he just pops right out of the chimney into the sleigh where all the reindeer are waiting for him. So he gets up, but he gets all dirty, because it's dirty in there. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. That's it. It's all done. Any other questions? Did I miss a page? Did I miss a page? Did I miss a page?
Yeah.
What did I miss? I missed a page. That's one?
Yeah.
I missed this page. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. I said that already.
Huh?
Yeah. Did I miss a page? I did not miss a page. She said I didn't miss a page. Oh, good. So that's it. That's Santa Claus's trip. There's something else in here?
This one.
You want me to read another one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never get the children part.
The children, let's see. This is about a tree. We'll read one about a tree. We got the little fir tree, it's called. Okay. Deep in the forest, quite hidden from view, among the tall pines, a small fir tree grew. The taller trees laughed when they heard the fir moan. I wish I were taller. I can't wait till I'm grown. The forest is fun, and the small fir tree was told, live for the moment, don't wish to be old. There's all kinds of fir trees here. 2 winters passed, then trees were chopped down, trimmed of their branches and taken to town. Where are they going? The little tree wails. They're off to the ocean to hold up some sails. Oh, I wish I were taller, the small fir tree sighed. Then I'd be a proud mast and sail far and wide. So he thinks he's going to be that. Soon it was Christmas and men came around to dig the tall fir trees from the frozen ground. Now those trees are special, a small robin cried. They're decked out in baubles and taken inside. Oh my, what an honor, the small fir tree said. Rather than sailing, I'll do that instead. Okay. Another year passed and Christmas Eve dawned. The woodsmans are coming, the early bird warned. Oh my, what a beauty, the old woodsman cried, and dug up the small fir tree who trembled with pride. At last, sighed the fir tree as he left the warm earth, the time has arrived to show what I'm worth. So they're digging up the fir tree, and now he's on another journey. But when he was leaving, he didn't feel glad. Instead, he felt tearful and terribly sad. He called to the birds and the rabbits and deer and all of the friends that he'd grown up so near. And with that farewell, he was carried away and thrown on the back of a bumpy old sleigh. Oh, my goodness. Arriving at a grand house beneath the full moon, the fir tree was put in a magnificent room. Decked out with tinsel and finished with bows, the fir tree was splendid from his head to his toes. The children clapped and shouted with glee as the fir tree stood proudly as tall, handsome tree he was. Yeah, he's in the house, he's all decorated, and he's very happy. There's a picture of him right here, all decorated out in the nice, and then the children are here looking at him. So he's a happy fir tree now, okay? So that's not the end of the story. On Christmas Day, from his green boughs, children picked presents for hours and hours. Then was dancing, feasting, and drink. The tree was so happy he started to think. My new friends adore me and seem very kind. He forgot to feel sad that he'd left friends behind. And as day turned to evening, a story was told that dazzled the fir tree with deeds brave and bold. When it was over, he swayed with delight as the room emptied with calls of good night. What joy, thought the fir tree. I am glad that I came. I can't wait till tomorrow for more of the same. The proud fir tree thought, this is where I belong. But when morning dawned, it seems he was wrong. Dragged from the fine room, he was bundled away and thrust in an old shed with no light of day. Then out of the darkness he heard something squeak. He felt his twigs rustle, heard the patter of feet. And there's some, oh, look at this, look at some mice here. He's being pulled out here, and there's some mice here. All the decorations are coming off. He's in the shed, and there's no light. Oh, my goodness. So he's wondering what's going to happen next. Hello, said a white mouse. Why are you here?
Andrew, no.
Tell us your story as we see in the new year.
Andrew, no.
As we see in the new year. And so he told tales of his youth long ago, of the birds and the animals in the deep, crispy snow. As the mice gasped in wonder at all he had done, the tree understood that the forest had been fun. Okay. And so The tree slumbered away in the shed, dreaming of forests and fresh airs instead, until he was shaken awake by the noise of children who come in search of their toys. "Look, it's our fir tree," a little voice cried. "Let's shake off the dust and plant it outside." And from that beginning, much to his surprise, the fir tree grew strong and terribly wise. Now down in the garden, the big fir tree grows, spreading the wisdom of all that he knows. Youth is a blessing, and nature is best. Live for the moment and not for the rest. So here he is. He's back in the forest, all grown up to be really big. That's the house he was in. I was only there for one night. And yeah, that's where he was. So that's that. Now, who wants a lollipop?
Me.
Okay,
I want this one.
you take that one. Would you like some cookies too?
I want this